Jai Hind and welcome to all. Myself Shivani from Department of Applied Science and Humanities in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. Will continue the lecture on molecular orbital theory. The references are same because this lecture is in continuation of first lecture. So, the references are from Engineering Chemistry by Janet Jain, Shashi Chawla, by S.S. Dara and by Ville India. So, in previous lecture I have explained the postulates of molecular orbital theory and how the molecular orbitals are formed. So, now in a simple manner we can say that when the atomic orbitals combine, and atomic orbital belongs to atom. So, when the atomic orbitals combine, then they form a different orbital of different energy. So, the orbital which has lower energy than atomic orbital is known as bonding molecular orbital, and the orbital which have higher energy than atomic orbital is known as anti-bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbital, since lower in energy, so it goes towards stabilization, while anti-bonding molecular orbital it goes towards destabilization. So, when the sigma bond is formed, for example, in case of s orbital, and we know that s has a spherical shape, that is along the internuclear axis. So, it forms sigma bond, and y in case of p, if the p orbital, that is we can say px, and if it is along internuclear axis, then it forms sigma bond, and the remaining two p they form pi bond. So, simple we can say that when 1s get combined, so they form two molecular orbital, because the number of atomic orbital must be equal to number of molecular orbitals formed. So, 2, and since sigma bond is formed, so one is called sigma and another is called sigma star. Sigma lower energy and sigma star higher energy, and since 1s atomic orbital is involved, so we can say sigma 1s and sigma star 1s. While in case of p, suppose I am writing this as a px. So, when the px get combined, then it form either sigma px and sigma star or sigma star px. While in case of remaining two, that is py and pz, we write pi py and pi pz, because both are degenerate. So, we can write equally. So, pi py is equal to pi pz, and then pi star py and pi star pz. So, the p atomic orbital which form pi bond, they will be in equal energy, that is pi py and pi pz, and it is not necessary that it is px and this is pz. If I am assuming that x is that this is pz, so we can write sigma pz and then pi py and pi px. So, when we write the configuration, so the first two electron, so we can say if the total number of electrons of molecule, it is less than equal to 14, so we can say less than equal to 14, that is up to nitrogen. So, the first two electron, first it will enter in sigma 1s, then next two electron will enter in sigma star 1s, the maximum electron 2 2 and with opposite spin. So, suppose 2 2, the next, that is fifth and sixth electron, it will enter in sigma 2s, because after 1s the 2s will form, and since the 1s it is very lower in energy, so we can write k and this k dash. So, we can write k dash, or we can write this 4 orbital molecular orbital. So, next sigma star 2s, so the maximum 2 electron can accommodate, so 8. But if it is less than equal to 14, that is there will be a chances of mixing. So, in this situation the ninth electron, that is next to sigma star 2s, it will enter in first pi py, pi 2 py we can say, and pi 2 pz, and then sigma 2 px. So, first, because the both have same energy, first they get singly, and if more electrons are there, then the pairing gets start. So, the maximum 2 and then 2. So, if we count the total number of electrons, it will be 14, but it is necessary that if 6 atomic orbitals get combined, then we have to draw 6 molecular orbital, in which 3 are of lower energy than atomic orbital and 3 are of higher energy than atomic orbital. So, we have to draw anti-bonding whether they are empty or filled. So, in case of anti-bonding, no need to change the order. So, in all cases, whether it is a less than equal to or greater than 14, then we have to write always pi star 2 p xi and pi star 2 p z and then sigma star 2 p x. So, this is the configuration order, but the total number of electrons are less than equal to 14. If the total number of electron is greater than 14, that is for O2 it is 16, and for suppose O2 plus, for especially if we take a single discrete molecule, then F2, then Ne2, etc. So, in this case the rule is same, that is first 2 electron enter in lower energy, and which is 1s, s atomic orbital, and that is sigma 1s, and then sigma star 1s 2 2. So, we can write k, then next sigma 2s and then sigma star 2s. This is same. So, there is no problem of 8 electron or kk dash. Now, the next, that is 9th electron. So, the 9th electron will enter in first sigma px. So, as per rule, sigma 2 px, it has lower energy than pi 2 py and pi 2 pz. So, first we write sigma 2 px, then 1 1, that is 2 maximum, and then pi 2 py and pi 2 pz 2 2. We can't add or delete electron. So, count the electron and then fill as per this rule. And then next electron, there is no change. So, next electron it will enter in pi star 2 py, pi star 2 pz, and then sigma star 2 px. So, in both cases, if we see the difference, there is only in bonding p molecular orbital. So, in case of less than 14, that is up to nitrogen, the pi py and pi pz, they will have lower energy, while above nitrogen, that is for O2 or F2, sigma 2 px, it will have lower energy. The reason behind this, that up to nitrogen, the gap between 2s and 2p orbital is comparatively less. When the molecular orbital get formed, then definitely they get intermixed. And since the gap is less up to nitrogen, so there will be a mixing of sp orbital. So, after mixing, this pi 2 py and pi 2 pz, it acquire lower energy than sigma 2 px. This is the original order, and this is the order up for or we can say the atom atomic number having more than 7. So, this is the basic difference. So, it is the simple way to remember that if total number of electron less than equal to 14, then first pi and then sigma, that is there is a mixing, and if number of electron is greater than 14, so the order remain the same and the original order is first sigma and then pi. Suppose we want to write the configuration of N2 and N2 minus. N2 is 14, but N2 minus is 15. But since N2 minus is formed from N2, so we always prefer the configuration order of parent molecule. So, I think it is clear. Then whether we have to draw write the configuration of N2 minus or N2 minus 2, whatever, but since the original molecule is N2, so we always follow this order, and what order? Pi first and then sigma. Suppose in case of O2, O2 is 16, but O2 plus 2 is 14. So, there is a little confusion. For O2 plus 2, we have to follow this order or this order, but just remember one thing, O2 plus 2 is daughter molecule and in daughter ion, and in case of daughter ion, we always prefer the configuration order of parent molecule, and its parent molecule is O2, which is more than 14, that is we always prefer this order, that is sigma first and then pi. Clear? Now, with the help of this configuration, we can find that how many bonds are formed between the atom. By calculating bond order, and the bond order is the number of bonding electron in a molecule minus number of anti-bonding electron in a molecule, in a molecular orbital divided by 2. So, this is the simplest way to calculate bond order, Nb minus Na by 2. Suppose in case of B2, B is 5, so B2 is 10, 10 means less than 14. So, when we fill the 10 electron, so first 2 electron will enter in sigma 1s2, then third 4th electron will enter in sigma star 1s2, 5th 6th electron will enter in sigma 2s, 7th 8th electron will enter in sigma star 2s. So, there is no problem of 8 electron, but 9 and 10 electron, it will enter in pi 2py and pi 2pz, and since both have same energy, it means as per Hund's rule, first 9th electron will enter in 2py and 10th electron will enter in 2pz, this. So, what will be the configuration of B2? The configuration of B2 will be sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, pi 2py1 and pi 2pz1. If we count the electron, it will become 10. What will be the bond order? The bond order is the number of bonding electron minus number of anti-bonding. So, bonding, that is without star, 2, 4, 5, 6. So, 6 minus 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 1. So, the bond order of B2, it will be 1. That is, the number of bond between the B2 is single. If bond order is 2, we can easily say that molecule is bonded with double bond, and we know that oxygen is always have double bond. So, the bond order of O2, it must be 2. If there is any different value, then again check. Suppose in case of N2, since nitrogen is always bonded with triple bond with another nitrogen, so the bond order of N2, it must be 3. Now, with the help of this configuration, we can also predict the magnetic behavior. In case of B2, there is unpaired electron, and if unpaired electron, we can say it is paramagnetic in nature. So, the B2 will be paramagnetic. Suppose examiner asks that write the configuration of N2 plus and suppose NO and O2. Now, N2 plus 14 plus means 1 electron get removed. So, first write number of electron, so 13, and when we write the configuration of 13, the first 8 electron, there will not be any problem. So, first 8 electron K and K dash, you can write sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2. So, it is your choice. But for 9th and 10th electron, first check whether it is less than equal to 14 or greater than 14. So, 13 parent is N2, 14, so less than. So, now the 9th and 10th electron, they will enter in pi. So, first 1 1, and if less, then we can write 2 2. So, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, pi 2 p y, pi 2 p z2. But since there are 13 electrons, so the last electron, it will enter in sigma 2 p x 1. Since there is unpaired electron, we can say it is paramagnetic. Now, when we calculate the bond order it will be half of 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 4 by 2, which is equal to 2.5. Clear? So, the bond order 2.5. Now, in case of NO, it is a heteromolecule, N is 7, O is 8, and 7 plus 8 is 15. So, it is 15. So, 8 electron, no problem, Kk dash. 9th, it is more than 14. So, more than 14 means first sigma and then pi. So, 2, 2, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but we have to fill 15 electron. So, the last electron, it will enter in anti-bonding, and in case of anti-bonding, the first pi star and then sigma star. So, there will be 1. So, again it is paramagnetic because there is unpaired electron, and when we calculate the bond order, we can easily calculate, it will become, I think, 3.8 into this. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 minus 5 by 2, which is equal to 2.5. So, again in case of O2, it is 16, Kk dash. So, 8 is there. Now, 9th and 10th, sigma 2 px, then pi 2 py, pi 2 pz, 2 2, and then 15th and 16th electron, it will enter in, pi star 2 py and pi star 2 p z 1 1. So, there are 2 unpaired electrons. So, it is paramagnetic, and suppose we want to calculate magnetic moment, we can say the magnetic moment will be under root n into n plus 2 Bn, Bohr magnetron, and n is the number of unpaired electron. So, in case of O2, the n will be 2, while in case of NO, the n will be 1. If there is any problem to remember the bond order, or suppose we want to verify the bond order, we can just remember this thing, write 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 and 3, and then just reverse the order, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, if the number of electrons are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so the bond order will be 0.5, 1, 1.5 to 2.53, and if the bond order is again 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, the bond order will be 2.5 to 1.5. So, this is the just simple method to verify or to cross check our bond order calculation. Now, I have already cleared this, that the bond order is half of bonding minus anti-bonding electron, and bond order 1, 2, 3, it means single bond, double bond, triple bond, and for triple bond highest energy is required to break this bond. So, what will be the order of bond energy? It will order this. So, we can say that bond order is directly proportional to bond energy. But in case of bond length, there is sp3 hybridization, there is sp2, there is sp. So, in case of triple bond, much interaction is there. So, it will be shortest in length. So, it is just reverse, that is inversely proportional to bond length. So, bond order directly proportional to bond energy, while inversely proportional to bond length. And in case of configuration, in spectroscopy, especially in UV visible, I have already cleared that is there are two type of molecular orbital, least unoccupied molecular orbital and highly occupied molecular orbital, and generally they are lower in energy as compared to this. So, in excited state, or if we radiate the molecule, the electron get excited, it goes from HOMO to LUMO. Now, next is okay. So, this is the basically molecular orbital diagram. So, I think electronic configuration is clear. Now, with the help of configuration, we can draw the molecular orbital diagram. So, greater than 14 in case O2 F2 Ne2, comparatively less repulsion, because the gap between S and P orbital is much more, it is in 2000 kilocalorie per mole terms. So, sigma 2 px, it has lower energy or it comes first and then pi py, while in case of less than equal to 14, the gap is less, so interaction is more. So, pi 2 p pi, it comes first, that it has lower energy, and then sigma 2 p. Otherwise, all it remain. Other than this, the distribution of energy of molecular orbital, it remains same. Now, so this is the rough layout of molecule B2C2N2 and up to N2, there is mixing. So, with 2s and 2p mixing, and then O2 F2 Ne2 high, gap is comparatively more. So, without 2s and 2p mixing. So, B2, the total number of electron 10. So, 1 is 4, sigma 1s and sigma star 2s. So, it is understood because since it has very lower energy. So, we can write this K. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In case of C2, C6, so C2 is 12. So, 1s, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. N2 14, so 1s is there, and then sigma 1s and sigma star 1s, it is filled. So, 4 electron, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And just remember one thing, if this orbital is empty, so it is not possible that electron will enter in this orbital, because they always enter in increasing order of energy. O2, 16, so 14 is there, 15, 16, but in case of 16, this order it will basically reverse. 18, this negative. and this is the in orange color the bond energy is given, while in brown shade the bond length is given. So, B2, C2 and 2, if we check the bond order, that it get increase. So, the bond energy get also increase, but since bond length is in inverse ratio, so bond length it get decrease. This. So, magnetic behavior, there is unpaired electron, so it is paramagnetic. No unpaired electron, this is diamagnetic. No unpaired electron, again this is diamagnetic. This is unpaired electron in O2, so it is paramagnetic. In F2, no, so it is diamagnetic. Now, we can also predict the bond behavior with the help of bond order. Suppose bond order is in whole number, it means the molecule is stable. If bond order is in fraction, that is molecule is unstable and it has tendency to come in stable form. Bond order 0, it means molecule is not possible, and in case of inert gas, that is for He2, for Ne2, the bond order it will 0. If bond order is negative, that is molecule is impossible. This condition is not occur, because the number of bonding electron it must be either more than or equal to antibonding electron. And another thing is, with the help of bond order, we can predict the behavior or order of bond energy as well as bond length. Now, predicting the stability of He2 plus and He2 minus. Now, in case of H2 plus, so when we draw the molecular orbital diagram, first we write the atom on this side and this side. So, this is the place of atom, that is of atomic orbital. So, here we have to draw the configuration of, since H2 plus, so there are two hydrogen atom, one is this and one is this. H has one electron, so we can say 1s1 and 1s1. But H2 plus means one electron get removed, suppose this. So, there is only one atomic orbital, and since both atom is same, so the energy level it will be same this, and there is one electron, but it is empty. Two atomic orbitals will combine two molecular orbital, one is sigma 1s and second is sigma star 1s. But we have to fill only one electron, so one electron will be here. So, what will be the configuration? It is only sigma 1s1. And what will be the bond order? Bonding minus antibonding, that is 1 minus 0 by 2. So, bond order will be 0.5. Now, in case of H2 minus, again the method is same. We write the atom on this side as well as on this side. H, there is only one electron, so 1s1 and 1s1. But since H2 minus, that is one electron is added, so this and this. Now, how many electrons in atomic orbital? There is 3. So, we have to fill 3 electron in molecular orbital. So, the first 2 electron will enter in bonding and remaining 1 will enter in anti-bonding. So, what will be the configuration? The configuration of H2 minus, it will be sigma 1s2 and sigma star 1s1, and the bond order it will be 2 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2. So, the both molecule get exist. Now, He2 plus and He2. So, again the method is same, one atom helium is there and one helium is there. So, first we write helium on this side and helium on this side, but since He2 plus, that is plus is there, so 1 plus helium has 2 electron, so there is 1s2 and there is 1s1. So, there are 2 atomic orbitals which are 1s, so 1s of this helium and 1s of this helium. but since it is plus, so 1 and there will be 2. So, how many electron we have to fill in molecular orbital? Again 3. So, 2 will be in bonding and 1 will be in anti-bonding. So, the configuration it will be same as H2 minus, that is sigma 1 is 2 and sigma star 1 is 1. So, the bond order is again same as H2 minus 1 by 2. Now, in case of He2 there is no plus, no minus, that is no addition or no removal of electron. So, 2 electron of first helium, 2 electron of second helium. So, total 4 electron, 2 will be in bonding and 2 will be in anti-bonding. So, the bond order it will be 0, and bond order 0 means molecule does not exist. So, He2 it is a inert. So, He2 does not form. Now, this is the comparison, and the comparison is totally based on this, that the bond order directly proportional to bond energy and inversely proportional to bond length. Now, in case of, suppose we want to just draw the molecular orbital diagram of N2 as well as O2. Now, in case of N2, the rule is same, atom on this side and one nitrogen atom on this side, N7, N7. 7 means 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, this. So, first 1s and then 2s and then 2p. 1s the same, this 1s of this nitrogen and both atom is same. So, the energy order will be level will be same, and both will combine and form molecular orbital of different energies, low and high. This nitrogen has 2 electron in 1s, 2. So, there is no problem, the 2 electron will enter in sigma 1s and the remaining 2 it will enter in sigma star 1s. Same 2s. Now, in case of 2p, when we draw the diagram of 2p, so px, py, pz degenerate, again px, py, pz degenerate, that is same energy, and in p there are 3 electron as per Hund's rule, 1 1 1 and this 1 1 1. Nitrogen first pi and then sigma. So, first pi py, pi pz and then sigma px. In antibonding no difference, no change. So, first pi star and then sigma star. This is the simplest method, but if we go in deep, then we see that all the atomic orbital they belong to each molecular orbital of same energy level. Now, we have to fill 6 electron. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the molecular orbital diagram of N2. When we draw the molecular orbital of O2, the 1s same, 2s same. But in case of 2p, oxygen 8, 8 means 2p4 and the another oxygen again 2p4. So, when we draw p, so there will be 4 electron 1, 2, 3, 4 and the energy since both is oxygen. So, 3, 4. Now, more than 14. So, first sigma and then pi. Then pi star is same in each and every case. This. Now, in nitrogen we have to fill 6 electron, but in oxygen total 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, if we cross check from the configuration, then pi star py and pi star pz. And when we draw the diagram, it is compulsory to write pi py, pi 2 pz, sigma 2 px, then pi star and then sigma star. Same sigma 2 px, pi 2 py, pi 2 pz, pi star 2 py, pi star 2 pz. So, this is the method to draw the molecular orbital diagram of homonuclear molecule, and in next lecture I will explain the diagram of heteronuclear molecule and two exceptions CO and HF. Thank you.